Welcome to the undocumented world. Today, we're going to talk about an ancient technology legend involving Tesla and the pyramids. Tesla was always convinced that his life's masterpiece, the Wardenclyffe Tower, could capture the Earth's vibrations and release a continuous stream of electrical energy.
This energy did not require wires but was transmitted through the Earth itself to any remote corner. Tesla's early experiments were successful. He lit up incandescent lamps near the tower. However, scientists claim this technology was just Tesla's fantasy and never existed in reality. But in an obscure corner, there is a mysterious voice suggesting that perhaps this technology has existed for tens of thousands of years. What exactly is the Great Pyramid on the Giza Plateau? With its perfect Earth proportions, mysteriously melted sarcophagus, strange salt substances, oddly shaped passageways, and more, could it be an ancient resonant oscillator, similar to Tesla's concept, coupled with the Earth? Did the pyramid also once transmit a constant supply of energy globally? The mysterious voice belongs to Christopher Dunn, a mechanical engineer who dedicated his life to studying the pyramids. As early as 1984, at the age of 28, Dunn noticed that the Great Pyramid seemed to have perfect Earth proportions. For example, if you multiply the height of the Great Pyramid by 43,200, you get the radius of the Earth. If you multiply the perimeter of the Great Pyramid by 43,200, you get the circumference of the Earth. What is the magical number 43,200? If you multiply 24 hours by 60 minutes per hour and 60 seconds per minute, you find that 43,200 is exactly half of 24 hours. In astronomy, this means the day when the Earth is at the autumnal or vernal equinox, with equal day and night. Additionally, 432, as we discussed in the Pyramid Code, is a mathematical code that humans have known since the Sumerians invented the 6 Ages time system in music. Therefore, the use of 432 in the proportions between the Great Pyramid and the Earth is not a coincidence but rather a continuation of some ancient technology. Speaking of ancient technology, Dunn found a second clue in the construction details of the pyramid. Is the ancient technique of shaping and cutting massive stones like clay, as seen in Pumapunku and Machu Picchu, unique to those sites? Dunn discovered that the Great Pyramid also exhibits many remnants of such ancient techniques, including angular stone tables, cut with precision, and smooth, precise angles, incredible levels of flatness and tightness, and masterful cornered, joint work. Especially when Dunn entered the king's chamber inside the Great Pyramid, his engineering intuition told him that the precision and proportion here were not elements one would expect in a tomb. Archaeologists say the Great Pyramid was built 4,500 years ago as the tomb of Pharaoh Khufu, and the sarcophagus in the king's chamber was meant to house his remains. However, no mummies or remains of any pharaohs have ever been found inside the pyramid. Most Egyptian pharaohs and nobles were buried 500 kilometers away in the Valley of the Kings. The tombs in the Valley of the Kings, with their elaborate murals and decorations, are vastly different from the precision found inside the pyramid. So, in the 1980s, engineer Dunn hypothesized that the pyramid was not a tomb but a kind of precision instrument. But what kind of instrument? In his exploration, Dunn repeatedly examined the cross-sectional structure of the pyramid, noting the strange Queen's Chamber, the acoustical underground passageway and chambers, and the incredibly precise Grand Gallery leading to the even more precise King's Chamber. The sarcophagus in the King's Chamber, with its rounded edges and almost obsessive precision, raised questions. Why, then, was the ceiling above the King's Chamber so rough? And why did the sarcophagus appear to have been melted and evaporated rather than broken? In 1993, the discovery of the Ganten Brings door in the passage with 2 metal-like structures further piqued Dunn's curiosity. Why did the ancients design the pyramid this way, and was there a functional connection between these structures? Dunn found a surprising clue in archaeological records. Early Western archaeologists reported a thin layer of salt on the walls of the Queen's Chamber. Dunn realized this might be the key to unlocking the pyramid's secrets. In 1968, he hoped to enter the Queen's Chamber to analyze these salts, suspecting they were residues from a reaction between hot hydrogen and limestone. Unfortunately, he could not enter the chamber due to a French team conducting research. Dunn later learned that Dr. Patrick, in 1978, had already analyzed the salt samples, which were found to be a mixture of calcium carbonate, sodium chloride, and calcium sulfate. This confirmed Dunn's hypothesis that the salts were residues from a reaction between hot hydrogen and the chamber walls, acting like a sophisticated pacemaker. Putting all the pieces together, Dunn deduced the working principle of the Great Pyramid. The process began in the subterranean chamber where Dunn believed there was once groundwater. As the water flowed through the cavities, it generated sound waves, which acted as a trigger for the Earth's natural frequency. These pulses were collected in the Queen's chamber, which functioned as a chemical reactor. The northern passage contained traces of dilute hydrochloric acid, while the southern passage had traces of water and hydrogen chloride. When combined, these substances released large amounts of hot hydrogen and heat, filling the Queen's chamber and flowing into the Grand Gallery. As the hydrogen pressure increased, the piezoelectric effect in the granite's quartz was activated, generating high voltages that ionized the hydrogen without igniting it, as the concentration of hydrogen exceeded 75%, making it non-explosive. The ionized hydrogen, now in a plasma state, continued to generate high temperatures and pressures. The Grand Gallery, designed with 27 Helmholtz resonators, amplified these vibrations. These resonators, along with the plasma, further amplified the energy. The Grand Gallery functioned as a resonance amplifier, operating at a frequency of 432 Hz, a natural harmonic. This led to the King's Chamber, where the energy reached its peak. The sarcophagus was not a coffin but an energy concentrator, and the 5 layers of rough ceiling above it served as a final tuning and amplification device, ensuring the entire pyramid operated at 432 Hz. The energy, gathered through the piezoelectric effect and resonators, was eventually transmitted through the pyramid's insulating limestone coating and the gold capstone, back into the sky and distributed across the Earth.
This mechanism is strikingly similar to Tesla's vision for the Wardenclyffe Tower.
Dunn also noted that the Great Pyramid is located at the center of all the Earth's landmasses. The recent discoveries in the Queen's Chamber, such as the Gantenbrink's door with its electrode-like structures, further supported his theory. These electrodes, according to Dunn, indicated the level of the chemical reactions in the Queen's Chamber. Critics challenged Dunn, asking for proof that the piezoelectric energy could be gathered untransmitted within the pyramid. In 2019, after 20 years, Dunn presented 2 new scientific studies. One, conducted by the ITMO University in St. Petersburg, Russia in 2018, used electromagnetic waves to test the pyramid's resonance. The results showed that the pyramid not only resonated with these waves but also concentrated the energy in its internal chambers, especially at wavelengths close to 200 meters. The second study, by Dr. Eric in 2019, supported by the AIA, demonstrated how piezoelectric energy in granite could be transmitted through rock using acoustic and thermodynamic methods, and even observed the emission of photons from compressed rocks, explaining the phenomenon of earthquake lights. These studies answered the critics' doubts, confirming that the pyramid's energy gathering and transmission were not science fiction but real science. The Earth indeed has infinite clean energy that can be harnessed and transmitted without wires. This brings to mind Tesla's tragic story. In 1897, at the height of his career, Tesla, along with his partner Westinghouse, lit up the city of Buffalo using the Niagara Falls hydropower plant. However, Tesla decided to leave the AC industry, aiming to light the world with a single tower.
After several successful small-scale experiments, the Wardenclyffe Tower was constructed in 1901.
Tesla envisioned it as a planetary generator capable of wireless power transmission. Although Tesla's tower and the pyramid both aimed to provide unlimited, clean, and nearly free energy, financial issues and powerful interests led to the dismantling of the tower. In 1999, Dunn also found evidence of a violent explosion inside the Great Pyramid. burn marks on the Grand Gallery's ceiling, high-energy impact marks in the Queen's chamber. In a cracked ceiling in the King's chamber, along with a melted and fragmented sarcophagus, suggested a catastrophic event. Some theories point to earthquakes or meteor impacts, but no such evidence was found. In 2016, a research team found sulfuric acid residues in the southern shaft and traces of ammonium chloride and zinc chloride in the northern shaft, suggesting a possible intentional destruction. However, the intensity of the explosion, causing damage even to the Upper King's chamber, was too great for a simple chemical explosion. Dr. Schock, who previously studied the Sphinx, proposed a more plausible theory. He suggested that around 11,700 years ago, a massive solar storm disrupted the Earth's magnetic field, exposing the planet to intense cosmic radiation. This led to unprecedented lightning strikes, creating glassy rocks and causing significant damage to electrical and magnetic devices. The Great Pyramid, being a highly conductive structure, may have experienced a catastrophic explosion during this event. This solar storm also marked the end of the Younger Dryas Ice Age, leading to massive global flooding, possibly leaving watermarks on the Sphinx. Returning to the present, the connection between Tesla and the pyramids and the concept of Earth energy and resonant oscillation raises the question, is this science fiction or history? Tesla claimed he could simulate experiments in his mind, leading to groundbreaking inventions like radio, X-rays, AC radio, radar, and more. It is estimated that 80% of modern technology is related to Tesla's work.
His Warden Cliff Tower, like the ancient pyramids, may have been a planetary generator.
Many theories exist, including piezoelectric quartz, seaphonic power generation, and planetary energy, which we will explore in more detail in our member channel. In conclusion, we missed the opportunity with Tesla and the potential of a Type I civilization. Tesla's vision of providing free, clean, and unlimited energy to remote and underdeveloped regions was lost after his death. In 1952, 9 years after Tesla's death, the U.S. court ruled that his estate should be inherited by his nephew. Sava Kosan-Ovi, the Yugoslav ambassador to the U.S. Kosan-Ovi, received 60 out of 80 crates, raising questions about the missing 20 crates, which likely contained Tesla's most ambitious ideas,
including the Warden Cliff Tower plan.
Today, the 60 crates can be seen at the Tesla Museum in Belgrade, Serbia, a reminder of what we lost. If, as Schock and Dunn suggest, an ancient civilization existed 10,000 years ago, using megaliths and quartz to achieve Tesla's vision, perhaps we can one day break free from our constraints and be led by a new Tesla, using love and technology to return to the first Type I civilization. Thank you for listening. See you next video.